we get to meet with these four wonderful women and me. We have Regina, Robin, Sunflower, and Jen. And our first question up today is pretend that you have your own personal museum. So you have a 1 minute museum. So share anything in your room and describe it like you're a docent. So you're like the museum worker, and I'd probably mess that up. So who would like to go first, or shall I pick?
I'm going to let you go.
Darcey, can you say that one more time? I was just connecting to YouTube.
Okay, it is the 1 minute museum. So you're going to pick up something in your area and you're going to present it like it's a museum piece of your own personal museum. You have 1 minute to do that. Are you saying you wanted to go first?
You mean something like this?
Yeah, well, there you go. And you're on.
This is a mug that I had made that has flourish on it. And the gift that I try to bring to the world is help other people flourish in their life through motivational speaking and things like that. But flourish came to me in the shower one night. And I thought that is what I want for all of us. And especially I really speak to midlife women, but I want us all to be able to flourish. And so this is a reminder.
All right. So can you do more of a Vanna product hold because you had your finger over the word? So more like this.
There we go.
It's hard to see. And then I wasn't sure what design would be best.
Oh, so you made it.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, very nice. Very nice. Thank you.
Very
All right. Who is next up?
Robin.
Okay.
Sorry,
my office is still not set up yet because I just moved and here we are. But what I do have right here next to me is my sorting hat. Say what we want about where she is now and why we're not supposed to like Harry Potter. I have been a Harry Potter geek since before we weren't supposed to like Harry Potter anymore, and those things die hard. So I have my sorting hat because I love the whole concept. I mean, the whole world of Harry Potter really was a place to escape into when I didn't feel like I had any place that belonged to me. And this sorting hat also reminds me of it's our choices that make a difference in the world. It's not necessarily just who we are or who they told us we're supposed to be, but it really is our choices, and that the sorting hat clearly was portrayed that way. So I keep this as a reminder that it's all about choices all the time. And it used to turn on, the batteries are long dead. And it used to sing songs and all the things, and it used to be animated, and it still fits on my head.
Oh.
But I have, when my office is all set up, I also have a wand from Ollivanders, and I have my all of my books, the hardcovers, the original copies of all the hardcovers, which I've read at least 12 times. Every once in a while I go back because it's a comfort zone.
Thank you. And so its mouth opens, right?
It does. Yes.
I thought I saw that.
Yeah, right here is the mouth, and it actually talks.
So very cool.
It's super cool.
That is like cute.
All right, Sunflower, you're up.
Oh boy, I'm sitting there going back and forth on what I wanted to do here because I'm sitting there, looking at, what, I'm going to go with the sunflowers. Okay, I'm going to go with the sunflowers because of the simple fact that, for one, it doesn't matter if it's dark outside, it doesn't matter if it's light outside, they always make you feel good. Right? They always make you feel good. And when the sun comes out, they just kind of grow, right? When they start feeling that heat from the sun, they just kind of grow and they make you everybody goes to them, right? Mm-hmm. Everybody loves them. Everybody goes to them and makes them feel happy. And so that's one of the big reasons why I actually believed, when before I didn't believe in actually changing your names. I thought that was kind of weird. But I did. And I found that by me stepping into my own soul aspect of myself, that I became a lot more happier and I started feeling more like the sunflowers. Even when I go around people and I introduce myself, like the spark that goes on them, like they just get smiley, right? And like it makes for whatever mood you're in to just shift, right?
Beautiful.
And so I just absolutely like my kids. Actually, my youngest son made these for me when he was little,
Oh,
Oh,
how cute is that?
right? And so I was going through all of our stuff trying to figure out what I didn't need anymore that they had made, what I wanted to keep. And I found those and I was like, those are going in my office.
Very nice. How
I love
appropriate.
that.
Well, we
And I'm
have
not
3
good.
friends watching us on Facebook. Sorry to cut you off,
Oh,
Sunflower. We
that's
need
okay.
to, that was a really
Oh,
long minute, and everybody's had
sorry.
really long minutes, but it's all good. So Jamie says, hello, sisters. Hello, Jamie. Thanks for being here. And the
Oh,
other 2 people, if you can hop
hi.
on and say hello, this is Facebook. So I don't know who's watching from the other streaming platforms. So anyway, if you're here, please say hello. And then Regina, you're up.
All right. So when you said the 1 minute museum, I was like, what do I have around me? So I like looked over to my right and there I have a bunch of papers there. And this is in there. And this is my gratitude practice that I did when I first started offering charting your course as a workshop. I made a goal. I was like, I really want to like share this with 120 people this year. And so it says 120 intuitive entrepreneurs shining their lights clearly and confidently makes the whole world brighter. And so my 2023 goal for this workshop was to fill 120 spots. And so each month I gave it a different color and I would fill in how many people came to the workshop. And if you look closely, it has all of their names. And so when someone would sign up,
Aw.
I would write
Oh,
their name and I would say thank you. I bet you, Darcey, you're on here. Did you ever take it with me? Well, you might not have taken it in that year.
Probably
Um,
not in that year, but I have taken it, yes. Because well,
yeah.
not with me right here, but I have it at my house in Washington.
Here's
So,
Monica. Monica took it. That was her
oh,
there. Um, yeah, there was actually Monica took it here also. Marilyn, Colleen. You'll notice a lot of our Mingle people started coming in kind of in the later half there. But so anyway, I had this on my door, kind of where I could see it in my view, and every time somebody would join or purchase their ticket, I would write their name. I would give a little heart and say thank you. And it's a practice that I've used in a lot of different things, but this one was really special to me because I keep it because
oh,
it's the reminder of where it all started.
very nice. That's beautiful.
Thank
yeah.
All
you.
right. And then my turn is, well, this is sacred to me. It would be a museum piece. This is my drum for shamanic drumming. What I really want to share is the eye curtain. So the shamanic practice is done in the dark. And so when I do a full shamanic drumming, typically in person, and I think Sunflower, you've been to one in person,
I've
we
done a
put,
few.
or I
Mhm.
put this on for
Oh,
my eye curtain. And so I value the tradition of eye curtain and going into the dark and knowing that you are safe within the dark. And so I wanted to share that with all y'all.
that's
So this is
Love
my
beautiful.
eye
that.
curtain. All
Very
right.
Beautiful.
cool.
Thank you. Now watch me drop my drum. So
I really love this 1 minute museum practice. This is a great part of the
Mhm.
show, Darcey.
I enjoy it too. And I don't know, maybe we should do it every time because this is like 2 times in a row and I enjoy it. So
Yeah.
now we're going to take it can be, let's see, I always do food because that's who I am. Your favorite hobby and introduce yourself using your favorite hobby as the main theme of your introduction.
Your favorite hobby.
Your favorite hobby.
how does that work?
just say I am an avid, I'm an avid tatter. And when I am tatting, then I can get into my creativity. I enjoy creating lace from scratch. I learned this technique when I was exploring myself and using textiles.
Okay.
And I just did mine.
I was going to say, you just went first. Way to lead by example.
For me, I guess I'm thinking, I was actually just talking about this earlier. What my hobby has always been is law. And I love reading law. I love reading different aspects of law. I love the knowledge, the different terminologies. And the reason why I love it so much is because I can help people to be able to stand up for themselves by themselves, right? To learn how to be able to stand up for themselves against some systems that not everybody agrees with. So I enjoy reading law, and I've been doing law for reading as a hobby. Oh my gosh, probably 30 years. I started when I wanted to be a paralegal, and my son got really, really sick, and I had to drop out of law school. And I had so much of a passion for it, but I couldn't leave my son behind when he was sick. So I just continued to do it as a hobby. And I've been doing it for about 30 years now.
Wow, interesting.
Very cool.
Who wants to go next?
I'll jump in just because it is very similar to sunflower, but a little bit different. So my hobby, and I'm like, I feel a little uncomfortable saying this because it seems boring, but I love to read. So sunflower, you have some specific types of things you like to read. And actually nowadays I have to say I like to read and I like to listen. So I listen to books on Audible at night. It's my when I go to bed, that's what I do. I only listen to biographies because for the most part, they're not too exciting or dramatic. So it's something I fall asleep to. And then if I wake up in the middle of the night, I just go back to where I was and start listening again. So that's it. And then I've always loved, obviously, holding a book in my hands. I just don't do it as much as I used to. But tied to that hobby is going to bookstores. It's my favorite thing, especially an independent bookstore. I could spend hours in there.
Beautiful. All right. Robin.
Like Jen, my favorite hobby is reading, and it has been that way my entire life. I was bitsy little. My mom was reading to me before I could read, and I would pretend to read the book, even if I didn't necessarily. At one point, I had a book memorized, so I would know when to turn the pages, and I would know what the inflections were, but it was just because I had heard it so many times, and people were like, wow, she's reading at 3, and it really wasn't. And I remember my mom would read to me, or we would read together, and then at one point I have a book that we rewrote, like her adult handwriting with my chicken scrawl, and it was the original fan fiction. But I am rarely without a book. I am always reading these days. Mostly my books are audio books because I just sometimes don't have the time to sit and read with a book. But I think my personal version of heaven has a mug of tea and a book that I can read for hours on the couch uninterrupted and have food brought to me. Like I would read more than I would do that more than anything.
I
I
love that.
love it. With food brought to me, like, yes, can I come join you there? That sounds
Please,
amazing.
I know,
as long as you
we're
don't
all
talk to
coming.
me.
I literally had to get rid of all my books. I had so many books. And I was just like, I'm just going to go to Audible if I'm going to do it that way or read online because I'm just like, there's too many.
That's awesome.
love
So
that.
I am also a big reader, but that's not the hobby I'm going to share. The hobby I'm going to share is I make art, and I make a lot of it. So here's like 50 pieces. All these drawers have them. So I have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of those. But yeah, this is my intuitive art practice. So I ask a question. It's really more of like almost like a prayer. So I say, please show me, and then I listen for the guidance of what shapes come through, what patterns come through, etc. And then there's a message that comes through with it. So this one is called Nourishment. It's one of my like most beloved pieces, and one that is probably one of the most like highly purchased ones too. So I being the Capricorn that I am, I make everything a business venture. So that could also be listed as a hobby, is like making things into a business venture. But yeah, so my artwork is it's definitely dear to me.
Well, Regina, since I didn't get a chance to show you yet, this is as much as I did.
That's so cool though. So fun. I love it. So I almost brought out
you brought it up, so I'm like, you know what, I might as well just show you, because I hadn't showed you
love
yet.
It. Very cool. Yeah, that was part of a workshop that I recently did. So yay. All right.
All right. So let's engage our imaginations. And since we are all book lovers, doesn't that make us bibliophiles? Is that right? At least it wasn't pornographic. I did well. Yeah, I never know what's going to come out of my mouth. So we are not anime, but we are fictional characters in a land that you get to create. What character would you be? Would you be the main character, a supporting character, or part of the environment?
Well, I'll tell you, the first thing that came to my imagination, for whatever reason, was a dinosaur.
You would
Very
be a dinosaur.
nice.
Okay.
I don't remember what they're called, but the ones with the really long heads. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, like the brontosaurus?
Yeah, they're really tall. Yeah. And so, but I was like
a sunflower, but a dinosaur sunflower.
Yeah.
Like tall and reaching towards the sun.
The really long heads. And I got all this, there's like mountains around me and all this vegetation, and I'm just walking around this big body, just walking around by myself.
So are you the main character?
Well, I was the only one in it.
That would make you the main character.
The only one in my mission. Why a dinosaur? I don't know, but that's what I am.
Okay. We're going to come around in round 2 and see if you can name yourself and then specify more about what character you were. So I know this is like the weirdest question ever. So, all right, who's next? Regina.
I mean, when you said, what character would you be? Would you be the main character? My answer was, would anyone answer anything differently? But so I'm really curious to see if people would actually answer that differently. Aren't we all the main character of our own stories? But then I get really philosophical about that. So yes, my answer is I would be the main character.
Okay, and what are you?
Me?
Should we come back to you?
In a fictional land? Land? Like fantasy land?
Fantasy. That was the word I was searching for. That fiction came out instead. So.
Pegasus.
Ooh, okay.
Nice. So the first thing you asked, we're in a fantasy world, fiction, and I heard fantasy, and I went back to my, my really truly geeking myself out. I went back to my Dungeons and Dragons days, and I was like, oh, then we're a band of travelers, adventurers in a world that the DM has created for us. And would I be the main character? Yes, to answer Regina's question. And we're a band, so no one of us is more important than the other ones of us, but I would absolutely be a sort of inept magician, sorcerer, bookwormish kind of person who is often struggling with like life things, but is really aces at magic.
I love it.
I love that.
An inept magician.
Really powerful magician, inept human.
There we go. Doreen says she thought that too. Who wouldn't be the main character? So yeah, I'm really curious if there is anyone who's like, no, I wasn't the main character.
Yes. Well, I'm going to jump in now because
No, tell
thought,
more.
yes, my thought is at the point where I am in my life. If, of course, if it's only my story, I am the main character. But if it is a bigger story about the world that we're in at this point in time, I'm actually okay being a supporting player. We all have different times in our lives, and right now, that's how I feel. I would fit in, let somebody else maybe take the spotlight for a little while, but I'm here, and I might just be a bench for people to come sit on to support them when they need to be supported.
That's beautiful.
Nice.
So part of the environment.
Yeah, that I like that, being part of the environment. So Doreen also said, I thought that too, Regina, who wouldn't want to be the main character? I would prefer to be a supporting character, right? And that the supporting character I would be a dragon. So it's kind of biding my time before I exert authority based on the dragon that has no humanity. So it's very, not that it's ferocious, but it's cut and dry. And it's either a yes or a no. Because they're up to this point in my life, I think there's just too many ifs and wishy-washy, and that's what I experience, and I want it to be cut and dried, and let's move on. Okay, so, but going back to you, Michelle or Sunflower, what is your thoughts on if you have a name, if you have friends?
It came up. It was Honolulu.
Honolulu. Okay.
And
the Brontosaurus.
Honolulu. Yeah. And so what she's doing is she's reminding people that the land has all the nourishments that we need. We didn't need to have all that animal meat. I mean, I'm an animal meat person, sorry, but because my body needs it. But at the same time, it's like I'm like feeling into it, and literally she's just walking around and she's just looking for all the plants to be able to eat. Right? That's what she's doing. She's just like, you can live this way. You can go back to the old ways of living. You don't have to turn around and do all of this other type of living, because you can still live. You can still survive, and the land nourishes that for you. And I was like, that's really beautiful. I was like, thank you.
Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
I like that.
Oh, I see a kitty.
Yep. I saw that kitty.
That's Freda, because she's afraid of everything.
You name things like I do. My GPS is named Wanda because she likes to Wanda.
my car is an electric vehicle. I call her Evie.
Hilarious.
My car's been rear-ended so many times. Her name is Phoenix. She keeps rising out of the ashes.
I love it.
She earned that name.
Yes,
Doreen said that does feel accurate for you, Darcey. Hearing you say it does make sense. Being the supporting character, the dragon. Yeah, that's awesome.
Still having power, but being judicious with it. Okay, so if we continue on that thought line of more of a historical or ancient teachings, what historical era, and we can go to deities as far as like, a pantheon of the Greek gods. You can go to, again, the deities within different cultures back in the day. You can go and speak to something that brought out philosophical learnings. So not necessarily just the Bible or just, Gandhi or just the selection of, Greek or Roman gods and goddesses. But what would you share in this moment to say, who would you want to learn more about if they were someone who is tangible that you could have a conversation with and not die? Depending on, because talking to Pele could be dangerous, so yeah.
Like tangible to our eyes here.
I'm sorry?
Like tangible to our eyes here, like all of us can see it as a collective?
No, for you.
Oh, okay.
I feel like this went over my head a little bit.
Yeah, it was. Did a lot of explaining, and which was beautiful. But then I think like it superseded the question. So the question was, who would you talk to in the sense of like a deity or an all like a is that
All-knowing individual.
From history.
okay? So that's
From, like,
really
a
like
long-
the heart of the question is like, who would we want to have a conversation with in that realm of person or being? Is that correct?
That is correct.
That's correct. Okay. Is that helpful, Jen?
Yes.
Okay.
So you're up, Jen.
I was going to wait for a couple other answers while I think
Okay.
of mine.
So Jen passes the wand to Robin.
Yes.
There's so many that I would love to have a conversation with, but I think in this moment, Medusa. First of all, she's been vilified, right? And she was vilified for being a victim. So there's so much there. And I would love to first I want to hear her story, and I want to just be like, I'm so sorry. Right? Like I want to own that, and I want to just find out from her what that was like to live that victim, but also still have the power of a god. And how did she overcome it, or did she overcome it, or whatever? But I would love to have that conversation.
It's so interesting that you go to Medusa because, you know, she was vilified, right? And for the longest time, people were like in fear, and it's like, why are you in fear of her? I don't grasp it, right? And like, so I love that you brought that up because mine might be a little bit darker, but mine was Lucifer, to be honest. Because when I got into really starting to understand about Lucifer, I really realized that the only reason why he's dark is because our planet is dark, right? So he came here to be dark. He came here to help us in the dark, right? So it was like all these things that I had went back and looked in biblical things and all this other stuff, and then I come back to my center and I'm just like, no, Lucifer is actually a really good angel. It's just people don't understand the darkness, right? It's like the darkness can help you. So it's so amazing that we look at those things as being that people vilify them because there's no need to. I like that.
All right, Jen, are you ready?
Well, I guess I'm going to say there's so many. I'm just going to say I really want to know what happened in the garden. So I would like to talk to Eve and see what really went on.
I love that.
I wrote down Adam first.
I don't think I feel like he might not tell the truth. So
You're probably right.
All right, Regina.
I don't know. I mean, there are so many, but it's also interesting because like I have a lot of interactions with these energies like regularly, and so I'm like, who would I want to actually like sit with face to face, you know, like in a tangible form? I think it would probably be Kali.
Be who?
Kali. I just feel like it would be a fascinating conversation. She's kind of spicy, you know. I'd be like, tell me what's up. I think it would be an interesting conversation. So
It would be
right.
Yeah,
she was on my short list.
Holly was on my short list too. So interesting enough. Monica shared Mary Magdalene, but she put Jesus' mom Mary, but Mary Magdalene, and Rachel shared Dionysus and Medusa. So we've got a lot. Thank you for sharing the thoughts. So mine would be Pele. I would want to have a conversation with her, and similar to the energy of a dragon, right? It's pretty cut and dried with my reading of her. And I know there's more storytelling around her and her story than what I have. So people can, agree to disagree. So As we explore that question, what opened up for you? What do you want to do after this call is over? If you had the time, if you gave yourself the time to do it.
Well, like Regina, I channel a lot of multidimensional beings. I have conversations with I don't want to say deities all the time, but I do, right? So it does inspire curiosity to want to have the actual conversation, and I believe it's actually possible. So
Yeah.
it would be very cool to actually have the conversation and ask my questions and do some forgiveness work or like clearing of her karma.
Right. That's actually a
Oh,
really good thing because, like, just like you both, I mean, you guys know that I'm very spiritual as well. So, I connect with all different beings. But it's also interesting that, like, I've had many conversations with Jesus, like sat down and just have conversations, right? And so I can understand his time frame. I wanted to know what really was going on. Why am I carrying a crucifix in my home if that's, I don't know, look at that thing, right? So I mean, I had to go through some healing in that whole aspect of like, I love you, but I don't like this, right? So I think it'd be like, even with Lucifer, like really seeing and being able to have that conversation of like I've got a lot of information from going to God, right, and talking that way, but to literally just understand him more, what he's gone through with all of the negativity being pointed at him, right? Like how has he, like how he's gotten through it, even though he's an angel, he's still in the darkness, right? So
so is
how has
this what
he,
you would explore?
yeah,
Is
I
it
would
what you
ask
want to do
more questions.
after this class
Mhm.
or this
Mhm.
class?
Yeah, I would like
This
to know
live.
how he survives, how he's been here for so long, and helped so many people, and dealt with the backlash of him being evil.
All right, who wants to go next?
For me, I think this conversation is I'm just hitting at the exact right time where I need to spend more time less focused on busyness and work and productivity, and spend a little bit more time allowing myself to be open to the spiritual world. I go through waves, I would say, where sometimes I'm very tuned in, and I can just feel right now I'm not tuned in, and it affects how I show up every day. So after this call, just spending a little bit more time allowing myself to be more open.
Oh,
Beautiful, beautiful.
Love that. Yeah. For me, I think it's about, well, there's a recognition happening as we're having this conversation that I tend to have the experiences and the dialogue with this form of being when it shows up. However, I don't often like seek it out necessarily right now. And so it's really made me think about like actually what questions do I have and how would I go into that conversation like actively curious to call in the conversation rather than to just like be presented with it and then engage with it in that way. So it's really just kind of what am I curious about and where might I seek that or where might I direct that curiosity?
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
What about you, Darcey?
Spending more time with the ancestors. I have a 10-minute conversation with them in the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to have a conversation in the evening as well. Not, as Jen was sharing, not work myself into a stupor, is to end my work day. Being an entrepreneur can be a kick in the butt. End my work day at a decent hour where I still have time for me. So that's that realization right there. So then it brings the next question is how do you actively bring joy into your life? Robin, you're smiling big. Go ahead.
This is my whole world.
I mean, it's like
schedule
your
joy.
job, right?
It is. It's like literally my job. I schedule joy every day. Like I literally I schedule open space in my day to be creative and curious and engage, whatever. But I also do like very specific things every day to cultivate joy. I live it, I breathe it, I eat it. I'm a happiness coach. So I am my brand, but I do that every day. Some days it's like I'll if I'm up early enough, I watch the sunrise. If it's not, it's the sunset. Or some days it's to stand in the rain. Or the other day it was just I took the first sip of my tea and it was hot and sweet and warm and strong, and I just was like, oh. So I savored it, and there are a million little things I do all day long to cultivate joy, all the days.
That's beautiful. When you were talking about the tea, I was feeling it and tasting it. And I was
I
like,
know. I could taste it too. I was like, I'm curious
Yeah.
now, like what flavor tea was everyone tasting? Because mine was all very
butterscotch. Butterscotch makes me feel joy. You don't even have. You just have to let the smell be around me, like butterscotch and coconut, and you got me happy. It's interesting that you said that because I was sitting there thinking about what really does, and it's honestly, I think just seeing different people how they are in like the spiritual world, right? And when they're opening up to spirituality, just talking with them. Like honestly, I love teaching spirituality. I've been doing it for 2 years. It's my favorite thing to do, and it brings me the most happiness. Like to just see other people, like even come into my group, right? And then know that they don't come back. Like it makes me happy knowing they're not coming back. And it just, people don't understand. They're like, well, don't you want them to keep coming back? No, because then they don't need anything from me. They have it all in themselves. Right. And so that just makes me the happiest person. I'm like full of joy when I know that I'm working on something that has anything to do with spirituality, to be honest.
I think that my answer to this question is somewhere, it's in the realm of what Robin was saying, but it's about the savoring of it. Like it's, I feel what was your original question? Like, how do you cultivate joy on a daily basis?
Pretty much, yes.
Pretty much, right? So if you think about the word cultivate is like an active engagement with it, with the purpose of creating more. And so in order to do that, the way that I do it is like I intentionally look for the space where I want to direct it or where I want to receive it. And then I actively make space for that. And then I like allow myself to savor that thing, even if it is a sip of something, like a brief sip of something, or it's like when I unload the dishwasher in the morning, I always put on music so that it's a fun thing. It's the spaces that I find the most benefit in cultivating joy are in the things that I don't want to do. So if there's something that I don't want to do, I actively layer in something else that's going to help me like engage in that in a way that is joyful. And then I savor that thing that's joyful. And then suddenly the thing I don't want to do is a whole lot more fun.
You just reminded me of that's why I enjoy cooking, because I started turning the music on. Like for a while, I stopped wanting to cook. And then I started turning the music on and it actually just kind of flowed. And I was like, I'm actually loving this again.
I love that.
Thank you.
All right, Jen.
Oh, you lost your sound.
I'm going to pass for this one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep, that's fair. So mine is kind of a hybrid of what Robin started sharing. And so it's savoring the experience, but also diving into the experience. So my favorite way of doing that is writing. So creating words to go around it, to expand on the experience so that because my life is very rapid. And if I can expand the verbiage around the experience, and it becomes a little story that I can come back to, because I'm going to put it into a journal, whatever journal that happens to be. And so then I can experience it again when I remember to slow down again. So
I love that word, savoring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Rachel is sharing, traveling and learning different customs, tastes, and how things in the world live. Experiencing things outside myself brings joy. Thank you for participating, Rachel.
Yeah, when I was reading that and I was like, oh God, I could just taste the food, right? Like, here, let's just go into our bodies. Let's just do that. That's what brings us joy, going into our bodies, being able to taste these things, feel these things.
Mm. And
Yeah.
Doreen also shared create it. So like just creating.
Oh, yeah, create it.
creating space for it.
I missed that one. Sorry, Doreen.
Okay.
So we've got about 15 minutes left before our time together closes for this episode. What is one thing you want to share about who you are and the work that you do without it being like a commercial?
Without it being like what?
A commercial.
Okay. Well, I guess I can go first. I was talking about this to my my daughter-in-law's grandma the other day, and I do past lives because there's so many things that in our past lives, right, that affect us in this life. And I really enjoy just having the angels come in, whoever comes in and their spirit team comes in and do healing sessions. Healing is my thing. I love doing healing sessions, right? So that's what I do. I do like the QHHT stuff that because it takes you back. And there's just things that in this lifetime we're going through, and some people just don't realize that it's, it's something from before and it has nothing to do with now. Right? So I love doing that.
Oh,
All right, Regina, you're
well,
up.
I didn't mean to put myself up there first. What is one thing I want to share about what I do? Everything that I do, and there's a lot of different ways that it comes through, a lot of different tools and applications. Everything is about really just celebrating and sharing the full expression of who you are. And it's your own timing, it's your own weird and wonderful ways, like your ways of knowing and being. And so that is what it's all about. It always comes back to you living the full expression of yourself. So yeah, that's what I love doing.
Beautiful.
All right, let me see if I can move someone else.
Yeah, you get to pick who's. Oh, Robin.
There we go.
Okay. So what do I want to say? I mean, I really say this all the time, but I mean it so sincerely that the world needs your light, right? So like Regina, I spend my entire life doing whatever I can to hold the highest frequency I possibly can and sharing it with as many people as I possibly can to do so, because I know, like I know my name, that if the world could know for even a few minutes that they matter, that we would live in a utopian world. And so that's the vision, that's the mission, that's the guiding principle I have always, is how do I be of the highest and best service in this moment? And that often means me doing my work so that I can shine brightly. But I want everybody on the planet to shine their light so unapologetically that we need sunglasses.
I love it. We need sunglasses. That's awesome. Doreen just shared this summer, it's been my garden, being in the dirt, planting, watering, weeding, harvesting. I think that might have been about the cultivating of joy. Jen, what do you want to share?
I want everyone who's listening or may be watching or may see the repeat to know that they can create a new story for your life. You can create a new story for your life. And I'm talking specifically to women who have been through grief, challenges, and sometimes trauma. Just know that there is a new story that you can create for your life. You can rediscover your joy. And I'm just going to tell you about a 3-minute daily practice. I call it the daily joy practice, and it's something you can do every day. You spend 3 minutes a day, and you spend 1 minute on your intention for the day, which is a little bit like that we've talked about today. You know, how do you want to be spending your time? 1 minute in stillness, which is one of the things I talked about, needing to spend a little bit more time in stillness. And then 1 minute on what you're grateful for. And it's just 3 minutes that you can spend in a day. And that's how you can start making little changes in your life.
I love it.
And I love that too. It's like that whole thing, like when you do over 50, right? Because that's when you're restarting, it seems like.
Yeah. Yes. And we've all been through a few challenges.
Yep. I call that the midlife awakening that you get to have a life and get to experience it. So I like to walk alongside people, reminding them to stop abandoning themselves, that they don't have to be last, that they can be first, and it's not selfish, and that they can restore that essence back into their lives, to shine brightly where you need to have sunglasses on, right? And that it's our right, it's our divine right to have that, and spread that awareness and that love across the planet, because this is who we are and this is what needs to shift for us to continue being love, right? To love unconditionally and still remember that you have to protect yourself, because not everybody is of the same mindset.
Not everybody's in the same classroom, right?
No.
Rachel sent a message. I am love. I am healing. I am grateful, which goes right along with what you are saying there, Darcey. So.
Yes, she is love.
She is. All right. So, what is one thing that you're going to take away from this experience?
I think for me, oh, go ahead.
I'm just going to build in a little bit more time for stillness. I talk about trying to do it for 1 minute a day, but I'm just at that point today that I need more than that. And I really want to build that in.
Nice.
I think I'm going to take with me the museum, like being the dinosaur, kind of feel more into that. I want to understand that a little bit more. I mean, I know I work with, ancestors too, and I go all the way back to things, but having a dinosaur show up is something that is new for me. Usually I'm like, I have dragons. Like I have other things that come to me. I don't ever have a dinosaur. So I think that there's something to look into this for myself and find out what that means.
Nice.
Beautiful.
I'm just going to be more curious about the questions that I have because I'm just curious about them, rather than the questions that I have because they're purposeful in the moment. So
I like that differentiation. That didn't come out right, but y'all know what I meant.
Sounded right to me.
I was trying to say it in my head and it wasn't even working, so I just said, I'm done.
I think for me, there's two things actually. One is letting my critic let go of some of the "you need to do more" thing, because she's constantly telling me how much I need to do and whatever. So this conversation has showed me that nope, I'm actually doing okay. And the second piece is to continue asking the question and making sure that I'm intentional about sitting and asking the question, what do I need to do to be of the highest service today? Or give me the tools I need or the resources or whatever. Sometimes I do it as like okay, we'll do our best today, but I think being intentional about that question is important.
Very nice. Darcey, what about you?
That I love these shows. I love throwing out weird and strange questions. And today, except for the 1 Minute Museum, all of these were just downloads. They
Love
weren't.
it.
So I enjoy finding out what really makes people think and to share and to expand and what are they taking away. So I enjoy it. Yeah.
Very fun. I love it.
I liked how the different questions came out. Like, whoa, you're going to make me really think about that one?
She does.
Okay, let's go. Let's clear everything else out of the head. Let's go there.
Rachel does have a comment. I don't know if we showed that comment, but
I think, oh no, there's another one. Sorry, hold on. I got ahead to the, here she goes. Gazing in the mirror at my reflection with love, healing, and gratefulness.
that's beautiful.
Beautiful. Love it. Okay, so I was going to invite everyone, if you enjoyed this kind of conversation, we do this wacky, weird conversation all the time in Mingle and Chat. It is what it sounds like, just gather together so that we can mingle and chat. So you can scan the QR code there, and that actually is happening in just a few minutes in the Mingle Learning Annex, so you can join there. We also do them on Tuesday. Well, this is Tuesday evening. We also do them on Wednesday midday and Thursday mornings. So there's plenty of opportunities to come mingle and chat with us. So thank you everyone for being here. Darcey, do you have anything else you want to add?
Yes, I have a commercial. The conference, the Influence Conference is this. Oh, were you going to do that one?
Nope, go for it. I got you.
What's next for your Influence Conference is this Thursday and Friday. It starts at, as I affectionately call it, the butt crack of dawn for us on the West Coast. It starts at 7 a.m. and ends at 2 p.m. PST, 9 a.m. Central, and ends at 4. It's 2 full days of great material to share about the influence topics, which are phenomenal for those who are business minded.
Yes, and Jen's going to be on that conference with us.
Cool beans. And so is Sunflower, right?
So is Sunflower. Yeah, so is Sunflower.
Yes.
So
Right.
We've got 2 of our guest speakers here as well. And Robin was just on one recently, and I believe is coming back for another one. So excellent. Yeah, it's a good time, and we will definitely get a lot of things moved forward. There's inspiration, there's reflection, and there is activation for sure.
Yeah. A lot happens, and you need to bring food, snacks. You must have snacks, and then water to keep hydrated. There is a lot of material you will transform during these conferences.
Yeah,
there's no way not to. So,
and then you'll want to keep coming back for more.
Yes.
Beautiful.
I will tell you, I think everybody should go to these. Like, honestly, these 2-day events are amazing. They're very amazing.
Yep, they are.
Yeah, I agree. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap us up. We'll be back in 2 Tuesdays.
Thank you. Have a great week, everyone.
Thanks for having us.
Y'all.
Bye.